Inflation numbers being where the Fed wants them to be, along with a job report and unemployment numbers that are on the rise, that is the information the Fed needs to know that it is time to start making moves. Earlier today, the PPI or Producer Price Index was released. It will be followed by the more anticipated CPI or Consumer Price Index tomorrow. Now, these are inflation related reports that the Federal Reserve will be watching closely before they make their final rate cut decision in September. So, let's deep dive into this. Now, before we get started, let me just say that if you like content like this, leave a comment down below letting me know what you think. Make sure you subscribe for more content like this and hit that thumbs up button for me. The PPI report that was released earlier today measures the average change in price for a variety of goods at the wholesale level. Now, the PPI is the smaller, or not really the smaller, but the less followed of the two reports. But the PPI is a good indicator of what to expect on the CPI because a lot of the price increases at the wholesale level are passed down to the consumer anyways. Now, on the report for the wholesale prices, we saw it increasing at 0.1% last month. Now, economists actually expected it to go up by 0.2%, so it came in less than expected. Now, these are very little price increases, 0.1% compared to 0.2%, but you have to understand that on an annual basis, the prices would be exactly where the Fed wants them to be. They would be on par. 0.2% in a month, over a period of time is going to get you somewhere close to 2%. So price increases showed up, on a level that is comfortable with everybody. It was a good thing what the PPI showed us. If this recent PPI report showed us anything, it is that the tide is starting to change in regards to inflation. It is what the Fed wants to see, and the stock market reacted very favorably to the PPI information. You saw the stock market jump up quite a bit as it has the last couple of days. And when we think about that major sell-off that we saw, at the beginning of last week, and you had all these people saying how the Fed should do an emergency rate cut and the Fed needs to intervene and all of this is a prime example of why not to overreact to one day or a couple days worth of activity. The stock market dropped quite a bit on the 5th, and you saw a lot of people just kind of panicking. A lot of videos were made about it, articles were made about it. Some economists even started to talk about the fear of a recession, and obviously the job report and other things had to do with that as well. But you see the stock market has now rebounded nicely. And in that time period from when it dropped to now, a lot of money was made in the stock market because of that volatility. Now, there are times to panic. There are times to, make tough decisions in regards to our investments. But this was not one of those times. The stock market dropped. It is rebounded. It's going to drop again, and it's going to fluctuate and be volatile. But this is when the money is made for the stock market. The widely anticipated CPI report is coming out tomorrow. It is expected to go up by 0.2%. So that is what economists are predicting, and the PPI report going up by 0.1 instead of 0.2. Those are small differences, right in line. Last month, month over month, the CPI was actually negative 0.1%, but these numbers are exactly where they need to be, and the Fed is going to be looking at this very closely. And I think, based off of if the numbers are exactly where they are, the biggest question is going to be, will the Fed be cutting rates by 0.25% or by 0.5%? I think, 0.5% would be a bold, aggressive rate cut. I don't think that it's necessary. Other people have come out and said that that is what they want to see, just to kind of, jolt the economy and because of the jobs report in other areas. But I think that 0.25 is fair, that's what the Fed is going to do in September. Inflation numbers being where the Fed wants them to be, along with a job report and unemployment numbers that are on the rise, that is the information the Fed needs to know that it is time to start making moves. moves. And it's not a guarantee that the Fed is going to cut rates in September. It is expected, but it is not guaranteed. A major global event could change that. A sharp spike in inflation could make them have to pivot. Again, these are not expected things, and it is already priced in that the Fed will be cutting rates. They've already signaled at it, and if these reports, the one tomorrow, comes in similar to this one, all the further proof that you need. But again, it's not a guarantee until it actually happens. If you like content like this, leave a comment down below letting me know what you think. Make sure you subscribe for more content like this and hit that thumbs up button for me.